The light costs money.
I'm not wrong.
Okay.
This is where I want you to apologize. You're failing. You realize you're a grown man with toys, right? Talking to you is so depressing.
Don't put that jinx on me.
You don't tip.
Wings. Wings never changes. Since the dawn of Richard, he has been crying and blaming all of his life's problems on anything but himself due to narcissism and gluttony. Years on, Richard's life has become an uninhabitable abyss of Pepsi Cola and Wendy's chili boxes. It was in this modular home Wings was born, and it is here that Wings will die, because in Trailer 101, no one ever enters and no one ever leaves, because Wings never changes.
I'm lacking something.
Ice is not going to give you anything but hydration.
Mm-hmm.
Like ice doesn't have like vitamins and minerals and stuff in it.
Yes, but I'm lacking something that makes me want it. I'm not anemic.
Are you drinking enough water?
Yes.
T says iron deficiency.
Which would be anemia. I'm not anemic because every time I donate blood, they check my iron and it's fine.
Yeah, I'm anemic.
They just checked my iron the other day at the doctor.
Why does my room look so dark?
Your whole house is dark.
Our house.
It's all just dark.
And somehow the light bill's still $200.
I don't know, because you live in the darkness. And I can't bring you to the light.
The light costs money.
Apparently.
What color would you pick if you had to repaint? Here, like a light gray.
Speaking of repaint, I gotta show you. Remind me if I'm up when you get off to show you the pictures
Of?
the church. They repainted it. Oh. Did I tell you they were repainting it?
Yeah, you did tell me they're repainting it.
And my response was...
That you thought the colors were terrible.
Yes. I'm not wrong.
Okay. Our light bill usually runs like $140, but like lately it's been like $200 to $240, and we've changed nothing. Like we've actually changed nothing.
Inflation. I'm going to get my case of water out the car that I got because we were running low.
Okay. Is this where you want me to like, oh baby, I'm gonna go get it?
This is where I want you to apologize for not going to buy it in the first place.
I gotta leave the house to buy water.
When we got married, I gave you 2 jobs.
Okay.
Do you remember those 2 jobs?
Take the trash off and always have water.
Mm-hmm. You're failing at job number 2. I thought it was a fair deal. You get a wife, you just gotta keep bottled water in the house. So yes, I'm waiting.
Guys, this is what marriage looks like.
A woman standing nagging at you all the time. You'd be bored without me.
Bailey. Come here, baby girl. Bailey is not looking her best right now, so let's...
She's not. Remember that time I tried to give your toys away and you wouldn't let me give your toys away?
No, you're not giving my toys away.
You realize you're a grown man with toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As long as we're on the same page here.
I mean, like, there's other grown men that have things that are way more toy-like, though. I collect toy cars.
Is 2 really considered a collection?
I'd like to have more. You know, but that people want money for them.
Yes, but is 2 really considered a collection?
Being liberal and complaining about inflation is not the same thing. Like, inflation and being liberal has nothing to do with each other. Like, being liberal and complaining about having to pay taxes, that would be ironic.
They want you to go ride in the truck.
What truck?
They want to do a car ride stream.
Yeah.
Because, you know, church lady is like 200 horsepower fury.
Church lady also needs a lot of work on her right now.
Talking to you is so depressing because I can just mention something and you will find a way that it costs money.
that's what life is. Like, remember I used to say that it used to cost $100 to leave a house. That's going up too. Like, it's like $150 now.
I'll be like, oh, look, those flowers are so nice. And you'll be like, oh, that reminds me, the water bill's high.
Water bill? Don't put that jinx on me. The water bill's not high currently.
Like, he comes up with these cockamamie stories that are just really out there to make people feel bad so they'll donate. Like, there's a problem with everything. Like, everything goes back to money. Like, that's how you relate.
See, let me give you a better example. You could be like, look at the sweet puppy. And I'll be like, that puppy costs like $2,000 a year.
Like, I remember when we were dating, you would like point out how much it cost you to drive to me. And you included that in the amount of the date. And you like counted wear and tear on the car and gas.
I still do that.
I know. Like, you've probably already figured out in your head how much Friday's going to cost.
Oh, Friday's going to cost at least $250. Bare minimum.
Uh-huh.
Bare minimum.
Mm-hmm. And you can stay right here.
How do you spend $2,000 a year on a dog?
Food,
vets. Shots, vets, haircuts.
All those things no one thinks we do.
Which she needs a haircut right now, and that's going to be $40 or $50.
It depends on who goes. It's $40 if you go because you don't tip.
Oh, you tip?
It's $50 if I go because I tip. You think the tip should already be included in the price she tells you.
Your dog ate a rock and the surgery cost $2,600. And like generally, the rule of thumb per animal is like every pet you have costs $1,000 a year. But I'm increasing it from inflation because dog food has went up. It probably hasn't went up $1,000. It's probably went up like 20%. But like,
I will tell you that Bongo's food has went up $8 a bag.
Right, but at one point it was way more than that.
More than $8 a bag?
Yeah, remember that time when we tried to get Bongo's food and like Walmart wanted like $70 for a bag of it?
They wanted $60, but when I went in, it was only $29.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, remember, like I
remember that weird thing, because I was like, not today.
Yeah, they wanted like $60 or $70 a bag on the app at Walmart, and like it was $29 in the store. Well, what kind of blood test was Jasper doing for $300? He was getting ripped off. Like, we did blood tests on Rocco on his last vet visit, and like Rocco's blood test was like $38 or something like that. You've always tipped your hairdresser, but like the tipping that I don't understand is like Subway. Like you go and tell them what you want on your sandwich, and then they're like tip, or like Starbucks. They'll like hand you your drink, and then they'll spin around like wanting a tip. Like I got Domino's the other day. I had a free pizza, and when I ordered the free pizza, I wanted to tip the person bringing the pizza to the counter. Like, really? There's a difference between tipping a delivery driver and tipping like the person that's running the cash register. Like I have no problem with tipping. My issue is they're putting tipping in other forms of jobs to circumvent paying them more. So instead of their job paying them more, which they're currently at, the job is making me pay them more. It all depends on what kind of shop I go to. Like some shops are almost faceless, right? Like I used to like put like a 20 in a seat with a letter explaining what was wrong with the car and what I thought was wrong with the car. And then I'd put like a 20 so he could buy lunch on me that day. It depends what I'm getting done. Like if I'm oil change, probably not. What if I say I'm tipping someone else? Nothing. 90% of the time, entitled, yeah. Like if I can drive a car, I can figure out what's wrong with it. Like the 10% of the time I can't is generally electrical. Like for example, like if I don't know, like a rat would like chew through a wire harness underneath the truck, and like you have like nothing happening. Those are hard to diagnose by just hearing it running, because one, it won't run. Two, you can't really feel that. You got to like really find where the issue is, and that requires you to have like a test light and trying to like figure out what needs power, what has power. You need diagrams, but like I can tell the difference between like a bad wheel bearing on the left or right side. I can tell the difference between like if a car's out of a line just by the way it rides, like even a little bit, just a little bit. I can tell. I can tell you if a shock's wore out very quickly because I can feel the balance in a car. Big ups, Dick Cheesy. Thank you for the $2, man. Why not change the oil myself? One, I'm a 400-pound land monster. Two, I don't have any kind of like cement at my house. So like you want cement that's level, so that the oil level is level. They're over here doubting my superpower.
Of knowing what's wrong with cars?
Yeah.
Honey, they doubt a lot of things. You just have to move on.
Kelly, for the longest time, won't let me drive her car.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because I'm like, this is wrong, this is wrong.
Yeah, and no one cares. And then he wants to explain to me how it went wrong. And I'm like, I don't care. And how to fix it. And again, I'm not going to fix it, so I don't care.
Kelly goes in the thing, if something's making a noise, just turn the radio up. See, I'm over here thinking you fix it before it breaks. Because we've had this debate, because like, between taking my truck and taking Church Lady, like Church Lady needs at least 2 tires. It needs back brakes. And it's got something in the power steering. I don't know if it's got a power steering leak or something like that, but the power steering pump's whining more than it should. It also needs a coolant change and an oil change. And it's like, do I want to drive this car 4 hours with all this wrong with it, or I can just take my truck? But at the same time, my truck drinks more gas. Miles cost a lot more on my truck than they do, a car that's got 120,000 miles on it. It's like it costs more money to take my truck, but taking my truck is safer to go on a 4-hour trip. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't look at at smarts based on like individual people. Like there's a saying that you can't teach an elephant to climb a tree. Some people are better at things than others, right? Some people pick up small patterns quicker. Some people are savants in different factions, right? To say you're smarter than somebody else is being super naive, because just because you're better at something than somebody else doesn't mean that you're better at everything than somebody else. Somebody might be a really good painter, but suck at math. Does that make him dumb? No. I mean, it just makes him a really good painter and not very good at math, right? Like, don't be conceited. Well, there's nothing wrong with Church Lady's body. The issue with Church Lady is like I can fix most of her issues myself. Like I can change the back brakes. I can do the oil change. I can even put the power steering fluid in. Like the only thing with Church Lady that I couldn't do is change the tires because I don't have the machine. But I don't want to put the money into it right now. Like it's fine for like going to town and back. My issue is when you drive a car for 2 hours, the tires get hot. There's changes of elevation. Things of that nature that could result into a blowout. You know what I mean?